Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is KateSemeniuk, and today we're talking about allergy, and specifically the psychological reasons for allergy. Allergy can have different origins, and I'm not talking about biology. I'm not stating that allergy comes only from psychological reasons. No, but many times, I would say most of the times, people cannot heal from allergies because they only work on the body side. They only work on the physical body, trying like medications, treatments, eliminating those different products and food. However, it still doesn't help. And sometimes people don't even know what they are allergic to. And I'll explain why. So let's start. 10% of people are proven to have allergies to some kind of food or some kind of flowers, trees, seeds, nuts, doesn't matter. But starting from like severe allergies, ending up in just light skin rashes. However, this is only the number for diagnosed people. And there are so many people who have allergies, but they don't address it. They don't go to the doctor. They don't make tests. So can you imagine how many people have allergy? And you probably know because maybe a lot of your friends or family members and even you have allergies, or your kids. That's also possible. So let's see. But what do we do when we have allergy? Usually people notice some rashes, sometimes even anaphylactic shock. What happens? They go to the doctor. They do the tests and they start to avoid allergens and to take treatments, to take drugs, medication. And it helps. It helps to reduce the symptoms. However, it never really helps with the allergy itself. And then you start to have it every time you get triggered. Because allergy is the reaction. What is allergy? Allergy is a reaction of your body to the trigger. And that trigger can be known, which is like conscious trigger. I know I'm allergic to cats. Or it can be unconscious trigger, like a metaphoric trigger. For example, you can be allergic to people. I've had a client who had skin rashes when they saw their ex-husband. She saw her ex-husband and she started to develop rashes because the body was rejecting being close to that person because there is so many unresolved feelings that are still there. There was no separation, no emotional separation, no finalizing those relationship. Every woman and every man need to finalize the relationship so that they can let go and open the door to a new relationship. So your body always wants to protect you. The reason why we have allergy is that your body understands that the allergen is a dangerous thing. So if you have allergy to cats, are cats a dangerous animal to you? No. So why do we become allergic to healthy stuff? For example, we start to be allergic to strawberries. We start to be allergic to different nuts, seeds, and it can have different other problems. And I'm not talking about biological reasons of allergy. I'm talking about psychological one. So if you have like a strong belief that the allergy you have, it has only biological origin, then I really would love to hear how you healed it, if you did. And if not, please listen to this video because you need to hear that. So allergy is the trigger, and the triggers are all in our subconscious mind. You don't have the trigger that is not in your subconscious, not in your conscious mind. All of them in your subconscious. That's why it's so hard to figure out that trigger or to release it or to reframe it, right? So your subconscious mind cannot rationalize. So if something happens and why and how allergies happen, I'll talk later, but why your mind connects this food or this allergen, this flower, maybe it's a chemical. By the way, if you have allergies to chemicals, then probably you have both, biological, problems and issues and reasons for that allergy. I'm talking about more psychological reasons. So, what is allergy and why we start to have trigger that our body is reacting to it? because at some isolated traumatic experience that happened in the past, at that moment, your mind took note of everything around you. And if that was a very dangerous situation that you couldn't know how to cope with, you're like stuck in that situation, then you can develop allergy to whatever was there. Let's take an example. For example, I had a client who was allergic to oranges. And she really loved them, but she would never be able to eat them. And she was in her 30s, late 40s, yeah. And she couldn't understand why. Why, since early childhood, she cannot have oranges. When we go into the hypnotherapy session, what uncovers is that she was eating an orange. Her mom cut the orange in front of her and put it on a plate. At that moment, when she was like savoring them, she was like so happy to have those oranges. She was about 2 or 3 years old. Her mom and dad started a fight, and her dad hit her mom. And that was such a traumatic experience because they started like fighting, really physically fighting, like violence. She couldn't figure it out. She was so shocked that in that shocking experience, her mind connected oranges to the allergen. After she was fascinated. She was amazed at how brilliant her mind is. And after that, I think about 8 weeks later, she calls me back and she says, for the first time in the last 35 years, I tried oranges and I didn't have any reactions. Now I can have oranges. She couldn't have lemons as well because like all the citruses were triggering her, because all of them kind of like very similar, right? So that's why she couldn't have any citrus. And then she did. And that's amazing how people can do that, how mind can connect triggers to cats, dogs, healthy food, nuts, seeds. Of course, some kids are born already being allergic to something, right? And then it has to be resolved on the mother-child conflict. If a mom had a belief, if a mom had allergy, then she might have the belief that, of course, I had allergy, my mom had allergy, and my kid will have the allergy as well. We form our beliefs, and then we live by that belief. And that belief will confirm in our life, in our reality, right? So if you want to find out the reason, the root of the allergy, because you tried everything, for example, and you still get triggered, you have to find out when that first moment happened. For example, it could be a season of the year. You can be allergic to summer because in summer, something traumatic happened. You were very, depressed, or you lost a loved one, and your mind connected a specific tree, a flower, blossoming of some trees and flowers. You could connect it to danger, to sadness, to frustration, to loss, and your mind will see it as a danger. This is a psychological root cause of allergies. Some people have allergy to metaphoric images. For example, we can have only thinking about something can give us skin rashes. I'm sure that you know of those people, or maybe you have experienced that in the past. Our body starts to react as well, and on top of that psychological reason, we put biological conflicts as well. Like we don't eat healthy, or we don't take care of our bodies, we don't move enough, so then our body can develop autoimmune disease, where body sees their own cells as aliens and start to attack them. And that could be a very chronic condition and really hard to resolve. However, I've had clients with autoimmune disease and they had amazing improvements, because autoimmune disease is a change, right? It's a change, a big change in your body that was going on for many years before you actually started to have the autoimmune disease. So you need to figure out, where was that trigger? When did your body started to help you in that way? Because your body is starting to help you, like killing something in your body, attacking. However, you need to connect to yourself so that you're complete and whole. What type of your body, if you have specific reactions allergic reaction, for example, skin, or you have throat, or you have lungs, and it's hard to breathe for you, you have swelling of your face, what can it tell you about? So if you have allergy that is shown on your skin, you start to have rashes. Rashes usually is a separation conflict. The skin is a separation conflict. Maybe you had a very traumatic separation from your parents, or separation from your partner. And at that time, you could develop the allergy. Maybe there was a big rejection in your early years, and you could start developing the allergy as well, because rejection is a disconnection as well. So the skin will react as well. If you have lungs, for example, right, you have asthma, asthmatic, right, asthma, then it means that I cannot breathe love, lack of life. I cannot breathe in life. I cannot breathe in love, right? So lack of love. Some kids develop asthma in very early ages when they are sleep trained. And I'm not saying that I'm against sleep training. There are some methods that probably work for moms who are very tired and they need the routine and the structure. However, if it's through stress, if it's like the baby is crying for hours, you can imagine what it is for the baby. And then children can develop asthma, and then we don't know what it is. So we start to bring the child to different doctors. So if it's throat that is reacting in the allergic reaction, then it means that something is not expressed. The words, maybe you couldn't say something, in that every single problem with your health is connected to some belief. And that belief is usually formed in a very emotional moment. You need to find those triggers, because they will keep bugging you, all the time. If you have digestive system that is reacting to allergy, so I don't know, some people have diarrhea or constipation, which is also can be a symptom of allergy, that it's a survival conflict, the worry, right? The anxiety. So what was happening in your life that your mind decided to react in that way? So everything in if you have eyes, for example, that are reacting to the allergens, right? What you don't want to see. Always work connected, body and mind. You cannot work separate. You cannot, because it's not going to help. But if you work as a combination, you work with your body and work with your mind, you'll have faster results. You'll have incredible results. So if you're interested in that topic, I definitely can talk more about it, because it's such a broad topic. There are so many symptoms, so many allergies. I can start talking about each of them. But if it's interesting for you, please comment below. Please like this video so I know what you want to hear. And I love you all. I hope you like this video. Be healthy emotionally and physically. Bye.